Ever wondered why we have 7 days in a week? I mean, why not 8, 10, or, hey, 13 for the extra unlucky? It turns out the answer lies in the stars, a pinch of history, and some human stubbornness. Let's dive into this cosmic conundrum. Long before we had iPhones to schedule our lives, ancient humans had a free cosmic clock above their heads, the night sky. And no, they weren't scrolling through constellations for fun. They noticed that some stars moved differently. These weren't stars at all, but planets. Planets are not stars. Surprise! In ancient times, they knew 7 wandering stars visible to the naked eye. The sun. Yes, it counts, don't fight me. The moon. We'll allow it. And 5 planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Imagine naming your days based on who's shining brightest that night. Mondays might feel less awful if they were called, I don't know, Venus days. The Babylonians, the space nerds with a system. Fast forward to Babylon around 4,000 years ago. These ancient space geeks had a thing for the number 7. Why? Well, 7 was special. There were 7 visible celestial bodies. 7 layers of their ziggurats, fancy temples. And even 7 gods to keep things spicy. So they divided their time into 7-day cycles. And voila, the first version of the week was born. If you think you're tired after a week of work, imagine being an ancient Babylonian with no weekends. They just kept going. When 7 went global. Now, the Romans didn't initially care about 7-day weeks. They preferred an 8-day cycle because why not? But then, Emperor Constantine, the first Christian emperor, made the 7-day week official in AD 321. Constantine might have been thinking, if it's good enough for the Babylonians in the Bible, it's good enough for Rome. We can call him Constantine the Calendar King Extraordinaire. He also named the days after the same celestial bodies. Sunday for the sun. Monday for the moon. And so on. Fun fact, Saturday, Saturn's Day, is the only one still named after a Roman god in English. Now, if you're thinking, but why does the week feel so natural? It's because our planet has its own rhythms. The Earth rotates on its axis, giving us a day. It orbits the sun, giving us a year. But the week, that's entirely human-made. It doesn't align with any astronomical cycle. Not the moon's phases, not the seasons, nothing. So yeah, the week is basically humanity going, 7 feels nice. Let's stick with it. Now, here's the twist. Not everyone agreed on 7 days. The ancient Egyptians had a 10-day week. The Mayans, a whopping 20 days. Imagine getting through that Monday. But 7 won the popularity contest, partly thanks to religion and trade. By the Middle Ages, most of the world was on the 7-day bandwagon. It's like the original viral trend spread through word of mouth and a bit of imperialism. Before we wrap up, here are some fun facts about our beloved 7-day week. French Revolution chaos. The French tried a 10-day week during their revolution. It flopped spectacularly. Soviet experiment. The Soviets tried 5-day weeks and 6-day weeks in the 1920s. Turns out, people missed their Sundays. So, why do we have 7 days in a week? It's part astronomy, part human tradition, and a whole lot of "that's just how it's always been." The next time you're counting down to Friday, remember, you're living in a cosmic tradition that's thousands of years old. And hey, maybe one day, we'll decide to switch it up. Who's ready for a 5-day week with 3-day weekends?